Alrighty. Test one, two, three. Okay. All right. Low latency. Okay. Ah. Okay. All right. Here we go. What time is it? 9:12. All right. So we just keep climbing. I'm looking at both for the profile. Look at real time New York. If I look at New York session, the cash session, if I look at cash session, if we break this box right here, this area right here, we could possibly go back down into the gap fill. I doubt it will do it today. I mean, that was a massive move. Uh, and it might take a week to get down there. We have no idea. Let's look at both. Right now, we're up here at 25,300. And we've got here, let me take off the overnight point of control. I mean, we spiked up at the highs and then we have a wick. If we lose this area right here, we could possibly come down to the point of control right here from yesterday. Yesterday was the double distribution day. What they call it, double distribution, because right here, and then we had a lack of volume, and then we have another one right here. So if you lose this area right here, you have a lack of volume right here. And with lack of volume, it usually means come down to the other support area where the volume was traded, and that is right up in here. So that's what I'm thinking. Got 32 right here. This is what I'm thinking because we have the overnight highs right up here, and this is the overnight lows, 25,193. If we lose that 25,193 area, this right here, uh, we have this volume right here, and then the next point of support is right here around 25,000. Because right here you have a lack of volume right here, and whenever you have a lack of volume, it's not an area of interest. So think of this as a ledge. If you're walking across the ledge and you fall off right here, what catches you? This area right here is what's going to catch you. So that's why you have a lack of volume here. Now, this area is kind of high volume area as well. But I'm thinking if we lose the overnight lows, which is 25,193, then we can run down. That is what I'm thinking. Let me now I'm going to be trading a 40 range bar chart today. Uh, that's what I've traded for a while. Uh, this is the 5 minute with the moving average. I've got the bubble mode set to aggregated. The large volume is set to 100 for a 5 minute. Yesterday was, I set it to 75, and there was quite a bit in there. I just want to kind of see 100 of them on the bigger time frame to see where the bigger players are. And for the range bar, I've got this set to range ticks 40. Uh, the aggregate is set to 75. And I'm going to be extremely picky about I am going to be extremely, extremely picky about what I am playing today. I will walk you through uh, some of the setups that happen. Uh, if you don't, I'm trading off of range bars, and I'm going to do that today because that's where I can really do some hyper scalping. Uh, you have to understand you're on a 3 5 second delay. So whatever I go over and teach you, you're going to be able to apply that. After you listen to me for about a week, I can almost guarantee you it's going to be like, oh, okay, this is actually pretty simple, and it actually is. I don't like things to be too complicated. It's just not uh, an ideal way to trade. You got to make decisions extremely quickly. So what we're going to go over here, let me was it 921? Let me get the profile up here. M6. I'm going to do both. I'm just going to do 5 days and like 5 minutes. Just do it maybe 32. I'm going to keep this off to the side. I'm just going to keep this off to the side. But like I said, the overnight low is 25,193. Okay. If we lose this area right here, we got a lack of volume right here. So we'll probably get support into this area around 25,000. Plus, that's a big area number of 25,000. So think of this as walking across the ledge. If you fall off the ledge right here, you go down, and this is support. So that is what I'm going to be doing, is having this off to the side. Now, once you go into real-time trading hours, if you like to trade off of a profile, you can come in here and do like overnight ONPOC or overnight point of control. You can uncheck that and only see the highs and lows of the overnight. So this was yesterday's profile, and yesterday's was 24,953. Maybe I need to make that text a little bit bigger. Um, the volume profile is still in beta. So, and also I'm going to be putting in a delta profile and a volume and delta profile. So you can have both of them. You'll just have to choose it. Uh, but that's what I am looking at today. Uh, I kind of have it on a small window off to the side. It doesn't update in real time because there's no need for it. I think it updates every 30 seconds or so. I just like seeing the numbers of where we're at roughly, so I can see that, hey, we're coming down to, because if we started trading, this is real time trading hours. If we start trading down into let's look at the overnight. Uh, you have to go to both. If we start trading below 25,193, once we get to 25,200 area, it's like, okay, that's the overnight lows. That area, overnight lows, 25,200 is a area of interest. They're either going to bounce off of that, or they're either going to bounce off of that, move up, or they could actually break that area and then come down here to yesterday's point of control for both. And then yesterday's New York session point of control is right here. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's up there. But let's, also, last night I did an update. OFP order entry. This right here, order entry. This update is not up there. Okay, it's not up there. I'm going to be trading off of this. This is a order flow bar entry, or I'm just going to call it the uh, OFB order book. I don't know. But I kind of tested these on a Sim 101 last night, and everything is working. And when you click the HK for hotkeys. It says hotkeys enabled. Oh, that reminds me. I got to put the hotkeys and stuff up on the site. I got to put that up on the site. And then when you choose account, it gives you all your drop down accounts. I'm not going to choose that and show you because my personal account's up there. Because I do have an account with Ninja Trader. I've got a personal Ninja Trader account. I'm not trading it during the news. Uh, I put in a couple trades. I traded it this morning a little bit, just to get a couple entries in there. Because if you don't, they charge you. Um, what account I'm trading a Bull Knox. Uh, as you can see right here, I'm trading a Bull Knox BX-M. That right there is a Bull Knox funded account. Okay. Uh, We're starting to sell up. We got about 3 minutes to the open. I'm going to keep this open. This is a 5 minute right here. This right here is a range bar. I trade off range bars. If you don't like to trade off range bars, that's fine. You can switch to 1 minute, 30 seconds, 5 minutes. Actually, trading off of 5 minutes. And actually, to be quite honest, when this conflict settles down, I'm going to be honest with you. This right here, the 2 minute, is a sweet spot for the NQ. It really is. It's a nice sweet spot. I got a video out there. It's called two minute sweet spot or something like that. It's on the channel. It's called 2 minute sweet spot. It's actually really, really nice video. Um, okay, we got a couple minutes to the open. The thing is, sit on your hands for the first 5 or 10 minutes. It really gets crazy. You really need to just settle down and just wait. I would say wait the first uh, 10 minutes here. I'm not even going to worry about that. I need to focus. Um, right here, this is a range bar. So from here to here, you're risking $200. Okay. From here to here, you're risking about $200. What I like to see is I like to see a run up. I like to see the 5 minutes sloping upwards. Right now, we're flatlining. I like to see the 5 minutes sloping upwards. And also on the range bar, I like seeing the imbalanced areas like this. You have a buy and bounce area like this, so you can get in here and scalp yourself off like $100, $200. You can do that very easily, like $100, $200 for a trade. I mean, a lot of people say, "Well, that's only 100, that's like $200. That ain't much." People are making $1,000 trades. I don't care. I'm a scalper. I don't care what they do because when you do this, it's very very tight. You might trade a lot. What I like to do, I mean, $200. You do this 5 times, you got yourself $1,000 day. I mean, come on. Let's say you got two winners. Let's say you got two losers, three winners. You're gonna make money. Um, and this is how I got a handful of funded accounts. To be quite honest, is trading range bars. And also, if you look into deep charts and everything, a lot of people are trying to compare this to deep charts, and I can't compete with deep charts. Okay, they got millions of dollars worth of backing, so I can't compete with them. We're open. I think we're open. Uh, we got to settle down. Okay, let the market settle down. Don't be chasing stuff, man. Don't be chasing stuff. Stuff like this imbalance area right up in here, this and that imbalance area, that was pretty nice. You could have got yourself $240, but you got to be really settled down. I really need to put that. Look at that. I got that going, didn't even have a ticker in there. Got that going, didn't even have a ticker. Okay, now I'm subscribed. Okay. Let me go to And I'll be quite honest with you, I am not slinging around 2 or 3 minis. I am not doing that, not even on a funded account. I'm doing micros, okay? I have downsized because of this Iran war. Okay, all this crap going on in the world, I have seriously downsized. Okay, I have seriously downsized. Right here, we've got a multiple stacked and balanced areas. That's actually a good sign. You know, that's a good sign. Uh, we've been open. Okay, we've got a Delta surge. We've got some and a Delta surge down. You see how this kind of gets all whacked out, a little crazy. You just gotta let it settle down, folks. Let it settle down. We don't see any large. I switched over here on the 5 minute. You'll see the large trade histogram on the 5 minute. This is how I have my 5 minute set up. Show large volume profile and show price line. That's my 5 minute settings. The Delta surge is set to 53 and 2. Actually, that Delta surge needs to be more than that, but I'm not going to mess with it. Uh, RTH. Let me make sure this is RTH. No, it's not. It's overnight. What an idiot. Um, all right, now it's real time trading hours. And right here, what is this set to tick merge to 4? We'll stick with that. Okay, see, you see right here where you had a buy and bounce area. Normally, that's a pretty good sign to go up. You probably would. I mean, you just got to wait though for the first couple minutes. Just sit on your hands. Just wait. Just sit on your hands and wait. Um, we got a large resting order down in this area, roughly about 325 area. Roughly about 325 area. We got a large buyer right there. Uh, yeah, about 3 1/4 area. Oh, 100 contracts? Okay, the aggregated bubbles, I've set this to being aggregated. It's 112 orders, but 105 of it, the top number, 105 of it was one single order. 105 contracts in a single order. That's quite large, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to do anything quite yet. Okay. This weekend, I'm going to start working on a chart trader. This weekend, I'm going to start working on chart trader. Uh, the main thing I want to get is when you put in a order, like in the order entry window I just showed you, I need to release that this weekend as well. Um, I need to release that as well. Uh, wow. Don't be chasing. We're up here at the highs. We're up here at the highs. We're up here in the area of the overnight highs as well. Like I said, don't be chasing. 25,200 is the overnight low. That's real time trading RTH. Yep. 350. Okay. Go short there. Okay. I know this is quick. I know this is quick, folks, but you just gotta, and this is why I do the hotkeys. I got the hotkeys set up. This right here, okay, this is a major area right here. Okay, for one, we're bouncing right off the 5 minute moving average. Okay, we're bouncing off the 5 minute moving average. The reason uh, I got short right here, and then I covered right down in this area. Okay, and there's a reason why I did that because we're bouncing right off the 5 minute moving average. I tried to get a dump down to here. I only got, I don't even know how much I got. It was only like 6 points. Um, it was only like 6 points. And the reason I got short is because, for one, you have a big wick on this 5 minute and you had 124 contracts. You had 105 sell up there. You had 124. This area right here, okay, you had a seller here and you had 125 buy contracts, but we closed down here. That's absorption for those buyers. Okay. Plus, you had a large seller up there. And the reason I got short right up in this area, right up in this area right here, is because, one, we have a sell and bounce, sell and bounce, sell and bounce. So I got short right up in here. And then I was thinking, okay, okay, we're going to go short. Then I saw that 116, and then I just kind of cut it. We were closing down below that on a 40 range bar, so I got back in thinking we were going to get a dump. Once we started coming back up, I just closed it. Okay, I just closed it for like 6 points because we were actually coming down to the 5 minute moving average. That was very quick scalp, very quick scalp. Uh, and if I wasn't explaining this, I probably could have traded this Delta Surge right here. This Delta Surge of 72, okay, you got 145 Delta on that candle. You had a sell and bounce. The Delta Surge was right here. So you get in on the break of that. Okay, you get in on the break of that. Your stop's down here about $200, and you can take it off for about two half right up in here for about 10, 12 points. Okay, this is what scalping's like. Um, I mean, this is how I trade. I trade on a range bar. Okay, I trade on a 40 range bar and I just hyper scalp with hotkeys. And how I do this is I got in short up in here. Okay. Actually, it was a little bit higher because I just anticipated it. I got short. Once I got green, once I got to 10 points, I moved to shift E to break even very quickly. And then once we started coming back, I just did shift F to flatten the trade and cancel my stop market order. Okay. I'm going to show you, I'm going to get this update for this order window and this hotkey out to you this weekend. So Sunday, 6 p.m., you will have the hotkeys. I will put up a page on the website. Okay. All right. The 5 minutes closing. We're down here. The overnight lows is 25 193. So we're roughly about 200 points. I'm just going to say 25 200. 25 200. We're about 100 points away from the overnight lows. If we break that, we could get a sell off day. Um, okay, if you go short here, you got to understand that your stop out is right here, which you just, yeah, it's 940. You had a uh, stacked sell and bounce right there. It was 156. You've got an absorbed buyers right here. You had stacked buy and bounce right here that got absorbed, and we closed back down. Uh, You want to look at the 5 minute, and I know I took some quick scalps, and this really wasn't ideal that much. But you have to look at the 5 minute where we're at. We are at a wick. We have wicks up here. We're starting to create another wick. It's the same thing that happened yesterday. It's just a bunch of chop. Okay. Uh, like I said, you gotta sit on your hands. Sometimes I will sit on my hands for about an hour or two and then take a trade. Got 137 buyers on. I'm looking at the 5 minute, and we got quite a bit of buying 124, 137. So, and also this moving average 5 minute is sloping upwards. Okay, it's sloping upwards. Okay, I tried to take quick shorts up in this area. That was risky. I went on like half my size. Okay, I went in half my size. I got green. Uh, I got 10 points moved to a break even very quickly. If you, this is a buy and balance. This market is very difficult to trade with all this crazy uh, up, down, up, down. Trying to see if we can't get some, what did we get back here? Well, look at a 5 minute. We're still in like a wick zone. I mean, look at this. Wicks, wicks on this one, wicks on that one, wick, wick. Just let the market settle down. I know people want to trade here. Let me clear this out on there. I know people want to trade, but you got to wait because if you don't, you're going to get chopped up and you end up being down a couple $100. Uh, if you're trading micros, you just got to wait. And this moving average, I just don't use it on a range bar because I'm trading on a range bar, 40 range bar. See, right here in normal market conditions, like you can trade these, you had a buyer right here, and we broke this consolidation area, and you had a delta surge right there that was right there. Then you had a buy and bounce area, and then we broke that high right there, and you could have gotten uh, like 10, 12 points up in here, about 10 points. You're not going to get the top, about 10 points. Okay, that's good. And then we started coming back down, and you had those sell imbalances right there. You got a sell imbalance right here that broke this bounce area. You can get in here and you can ride it down for like 25 points. Maybe you tried to take the position here and you got, and right here is where you wanted. If you tried to get in here, you want to cut it right here. Don't wait for a full stop out. Just go ahead and cut it for about 5, 6 points. Okay. At, right here, double buy and balance area with the delta surge. You have double buy and bounce. Those little bars right there, those are buy and bounce areas. These dots right here are is that delta surge. That's good. You get in on the break of that. Your stops, you can even put your stop down here below that. And if you come up here and get yourself another 10 points, um, that's just how it's done. You got to be very quickly. This is a 40 range bar, and clicking buttons trying to trade these is extremely difficult, um, because look at this, 9:44:18, and you're at 9:45 within 1 minute, within like sometimes you can move from here to here in a matter of like 5 seconds. That's why you gotta have the hotkeys. That's why I have developed these hotkeys. Uh, that's why I have right here. I'm trading the MNQ and I'm scaling in, scaling out. Okay, quantity 5, I'm scaling in and scaling out of it. But right here, hotkeys disabled, hotkeys. Uh, I do Shift B, and as soon as I get like 10 points, as soon as we start coming up in here, I move into a Shift E to a break even right there. And then once I start seeing this, I just flatten the trade. What I would recommend if you want to try and scalp like I do on these range bars, what I would highly recommend is just doing it like on one micro. Just do it on one micro and get used to it. And once you get used to that, go to like 2 or 3 micros, then go to like 5 micros. In this market condition, you should not be slinging around minis trying to pass evals in one day. Because when this market comes back and the market condition is feasible without this crazy news stuff, uh, trading like this, trading like this is how I got a handful of funded accounts. And then every now and then you'll get areas like this. You get sell and bounce and you're breaking it. And then you get a sell and bounce there. And then you get in here and you're right here. And then you're taking half your profits and you leave a runner on down to here for about $600 trade. So, I mean, you could try and do it now. All right, we got 75 buy. We got 75 buy contracts. We're right up at the high. Yeah, no, no, no. And the reason no is because you had some sellers up here. You had buyers up here earlier during the open. We have a huge wick. We had a wick on this one. You got a wick on this one now. You got to look at the 5 minute context. I tra- I only got three things up. I got the profile right here. I got the 5 minute chart, and I got a 40 range bar, and that's it. That's all I have. I keep it as simple as I possibly can. I keep it as simple as I possibly can. If this buy order, if that buy order happened up here, if that 75 buy contracts happened up here and we closed down here, that's absorption. That's a go sign to go down. Okay. But the thing is, we closed strong. Okay. When you see something like that, when you're down here at the low value area of the profile, yeah, that's a good trade to go long and you put your stop down here. But right now, I would seriously size down, to be quite honest. This is oh, let me get the heat map going. Sorry about that. I got the heat map settings. What is the heat map settings to resting orders of 20? So it's only going to show 20. Like this area right here was 20. Okay. This is a sell and balance. But the problem is we're right here. Okay. If you try to want to get in on the break of that, that's fine. You can have a tight stop right up in here, right above the sell and bounce, and try to get yourself a nice 20 points. I just don't like that because I didn't see any large sell orders come kicking in. Like if a large sell order happened right here, that would be great. Then you're not looking to get the whole move from here to here, but can you get a move from maybe here to here and get yourself like 15 points and $300? Yeah, sure. Uh, we got some support right up in here. We got some people sitting on the bids right there. You got them sitting on the bids right there. You see it right there. These resting orders are not a whole lot, to be quite honest. This is not a whole lot. I wouldn't be trying to take any buy orders if you think you're gonna try and buy, because look at the 5 minute. The 5 minute is a red candle or below the moving average. That's telling me to short, and we have the largest single order contracts of 105 single order contracts out of 124 buy orders, and the largest single order so far today was a buy, because that point of control for the buy right there. But there's no other orders going on. There's nothing else. I would not take this, even though you could probably be profitable for about 10 points. I wouldn't take it. Because for one, we're down here on the 5 minute. Look at the 5 minute. Look at the 5 minute. We're below the moving average, and plus it's a red candle. Plus you had a shooting star candle right here with a big, huge wick. All these wicks are going down. You got a couple wicks going up. You got the wick right there. My word, it might be a freaking balanced day. It might be a balanced day. And when I talk about a balanced day, I talk about a balanced day like this. Doo, 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 doo. Can I get me my tool? Maybe I go like this. A balanced day is this, okay? A balanced day is just chopping up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's a balanced day, okay? That's a balanced day. We could be forming a balanced day. We haven't even gotten close. We haven't even gotten close to 25,200 over the overnight lows. We overnight highs is up here. I mean, come on. We haven't even gotten down here yet. Can you stop drawing? Can you stop drawing? Um, Even though you got a nice little trade right here for about $500, I just wouldn't have taken it because we got the red candle and we got these huge wicks. I don't see any large buying up in here. You know, the good thing is, my internet was actually pretty good this morning. The past couple of days, it's in the mornings, it's just been complete trash for trying to upload, for upload speed. Uh, Let me see what we got going on here. We don't have very much going on. I'm only up. The funded account is green, not very much, but it's green. Uh, if I was trading a couple minis like normally, it would be like probably 500 bucks, but it's not. Because I have down maybe 500, probably around 600. But I'm not trading a couple minis. I am downsized. We might have just a boring day. We could. We could have a very boring day. Let me get more coffee. I got the coffee pot right on the bookshelf by the desk. A while back, I was trading. I'd run out to the kitchen, get myself some more coffee, come back in, miss a trade. I'd be like, I'm done with that. I'm putting it in the office. The wife don't use the coffee pot, so when she didn't care, gave her more counter space. Okay, this is a sit on your hands day, maybe. It's only 10 o'clock. We've only been at it for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. It's 9:55, 25 minutes. Sometimes you guys sit here. I've actually sat here for, a couple hours. Don't even only take like 1, 2 trades. I'll be quite honest, self-discipline will get you funded accounts. Self-discipline. We got some support down here. See right up in here? Boom, 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 boom. You got those areas right there. Only about 30. I need to figure out a way. You know, I don't know. Maybe y'all know. Maybe y'all would actually be okay with this. What I'm thinking, I could actually do it over on this side right here. Like you got large resting orders right here, but over here on this side, like put the actual number in like kind of like a big text. So it kind of gives you an area. And if you have a large resting orders right here, like above 30 or something like that, it actually gives you the number right there. Kind of like this right here would give you the number right there that tells you, hey, that's how many large resting orders there are. That actually might be an idea. Okay, this is getting kinda, I mean, look at this. Boom, 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 boom. It's just in a nice balanced area, okay? Come up here, it goes here, it runs up here, it comes down here, it doesn't break this area right here. That would have been a good trade. I just didn't take it because I didn't see any large orders come in. It'd been nice to see some large order, like a buy order right here, or even a sell order. If you see a large sell order right here, about 100, okay, right here on the wick, and we close up here, that's a go sign. That's a go sign because you would have all this area right here that had those resting bids right there, and you get sell, big sell bubble of like 100, and you close above it with a buy and balance area. Yeah, that's a go sign. But we didn't have that. That's what I like to look for. I'm very picky. I'm very picky. It's just I just don't see the absorption and then a bounce and see a buy and bounce and then just go. Because without large selling in here or buying, okay, if we had a large buy right up in here, that's a go sign. Okay. Like 100 buy orders and we closed above it, above the 100 buy orders, and we're the buy orders up top there. Yeah, that's fine. That's a go sign. But we didn't see it. And the reason I like to look for stuff like that is just because you can use the backing of them. Okay. Be careful about trying to take a short. Be careful about trying to take a short because kind of look at the 5 minute where we're at. We're kind of sloping upwards on the moving bar average. We've had the wick right here, wick right here, wick right here. We ended up back up here. Uh, I'm just going to wait and see what goes on. And plus, you don't know if news can come out. Let me take a look at the news. U.S. factory orders month over month. Actually, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we already know that. Okay, 10 o'clock. The University of Michigan settlement prelim. I usually not. Oh, that U.S. factory orders month over month, 10 o'clock. Yeah. You know, couple minutes after 10 o'clock, they might start moving it. Who knows? They might start moving it after 10 o'clock. We have no idea. Let me get that focused on there. So yeah, I'll put this update, and for the DOM as well, the DOM the DOM has hotkeys. Let me stay focused. And the DOM has hotkeys as well. All right, now that that's over, that little news right there, are they going to start moving this thing now? I'd only be looking for shorts, to be quite honest. We're right here at the lows. We got sell and bounce. Yeah, this is just, we got support down there around 275 area. We got people sitting on the bids down there. You got these delta surges being absorbed. You see that delta surge of 172, we closed above it. That was right there. We had 75 delta surge. The surge was right there. We closed above it with a buy and balance. You got support down in this area. This is, I mean, you can try and take that as a trade with that absorption, because that right there is telling me absorption. Okay. That's telling me that's absorption. Okay. With that delta surging, that's, and then we start trading above it, that's absorption. But you gotta be quick because you come up here and you start coming back down, and get like 5 points. But the 5 minute, look at the 5 minute, we're definitely sloping downward. So that's really hard to be taking. And it's hard to take a short here because you had that absorption of the delta surging. And plus, we have no participation from large uh, orders coming in. These resting orders, I want to set it to 15. It does not seem, there seems like a lack of volume this morning. I mean, it is Friday. It just seems like a lack of volume, to be quite honest. All right, we got 83 sell contracts. Let's see where that ends up. All right, I tried to get in on that. Okay, we had 83 sell contracts. We had sell and bounce. We had this area right here. We closed above it, so I tried to get in on this, thinking we would have catch those 83 shorts offside, but we came right up in here and I just got stopped out for a break even. So yeah, this isn't chop zone area, so just sit on your hands. It was a counter trend trade from the 5 minute, but I do like that 83 sell contracts. 82 of it was one single order. You got this sell and bounce right there, and I tried to get in right here, and it was nothing. So it is what it is. I'm still green on the funded account. Uh, because once I got in here and we came up here and I got the 6 points, I just did shift E, moved to break even, looking for the pop, and we didn't get it. We got some selling coming in. 200 negative delta in the previous bar. Pretty big support area though. 83 sell contracts. They're being absorbed. We got the 5 minute being conflicted with the 1 minute. Yeah, this is just no. I do not like that. That would have been a good one, but again, I tried it here, I didn't get it. I did not try it here, I did not get it, but then still look where we're at. We're being pushed back down. So this is just not, and look at the 5 minute. 5 minute is moving down, okay? We're doing a spinning top on the 5 minute. Wick at the top, wick at the bottom. It's just telling me to just sit on my hands. I tried it right here. I tried it right here thinking we definitely get a pop and it was a break even. What I mean, maybe I should have tried it here again. I don't know. But we're right in the middle of a chop zone. You got the 5 minute forming a spinning top. You've got resting offers right there, resting bids right here, and we're just kind of just chopping around in the 30 point area. These 83 cells right here are not going to show up because on the 5 minute, because I have the 5 minutes set to 100 aggregated volume orders. coming down here where those bids are. They yanked a little bit off the books there a little bit. You can see the histogram changed a little bit. I don't see any large orders coming in. We got sell 77 sell. Are they going to get absorbed? We got Delta Surge too. If they hold this area, and close above it on a 40 range bar, that would be absorption. Right now, those sellers ain't getting nowhere. Right now, those sellers ain't getting nowhere. So we'll just see what happens. Okay. I just scalped off a little bit of that. This is just some crazy chopness. Okay, so there's a reason. I tried to get in here 83. It ran up here. I got to a break even. Okay, because it came right back down. We had this area right here where these 77 sellers uh, got absorbed. We closed above it. We had a delta surge down in this area, so they were trying to push it down. We had a buy and bounce area right there. So what I did when we closed above that, as soon as we broke this area, I got in, okay, and then I got out, okay. I got in, then I got out uh, because we were starting to lose a little bit. Got a little bit of money off of that. I didn't even leave a runner. I just flattened it. I didn't leave a runner. I should have left a runner. Should have left a runner. That would have been 20-point move right there. Should have left the runner, but I didn't. Oh well. Maybe one of you guys got the runners. So this right here was good area. And like I said, if they closed above it, that would be absorption. We had a buy and balance. You get in here and you start running it up. And if you're in it, you got like 30 points on that. This is the kind of stuff that you're looking for. And we have to sit here and we have to wait for it. Okay. I thought it was going to be that one. Didn't. It got cut. I didn't even get into this one because we were still moving down. But I saw this area right here, and then we had a nice big buy imbalance with the delta surge. We closed above it, so that's a go sign. Does that make sense? I didn't get this whole move just because I just cut the trade. I cut the trade right up in this area right here because I'm like, you know what? Uh, I just flattened it. I didn't even sell half. Wait a minute. Okay. I need to do that. I need to create a hotkey for selling half. Um, I need to get a hotkey to sell half and just move to break even. Okay. Uh, do, do, do. So right here, you had a delta surge of 50. You had multiple buy and bounce area, and the delta surge area was right there, and we closed right at the delta surge area. Okay, that's actually a really good sign to just keep holding. Once you got up in this area, 104, and we started getting into there, you might want to start closing your profits. I got out uh because I didn't leave a runner. If I would have left a runner, that would have been a nice little 30 point move, maybe 40 point move. Uh, I'm used to getting in a few minis and actually just selling one and then just managing the trade. And then, like, I would, on multiple contracts, you get in, sell some up in here, move to a break even. You see this right here, you just sell some more. Maybe you put your stop right up in here and you start trailing it. Once you start seeing this right here, you just get full on out. That way uh you'll make like 10 points on your first contract. You make like 25 on the next one, then right up in here you make 40 on the last one. But see how we had to sit here and wait for this? I mean, I took a trade. I can't remember where I took a trade. Uh, I got short somewhere up in here. I can't remember. Um, Look at the 5 minute. You had that 148 right there. Okay, and we're moving up. You had 112. We closed above it. Yeah, they're definitely are not going to run this market down quite yet. I mean that 148. Uh, I don't have it set on here. Uh, I would not be buying up in this area or selling. I definitely wouldn't be selling. I definitely wouldn't go short. Okay. What the market likes to do is it likes to find value. We got some absorption. It found value to the upside. And then what it can do is start balancing around. Okay, until it finds value maybe more to the upside or it goes and moves to the downside. But this, you'll see this a lot. It doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes you'll V shape, sometimes you'll go straight up and then straight back down. Okay, but the majority of the time you'll run up, it finds value, and it ran for like 50 points. So it ran for like 50 points. We saw the absorption down in here. We got the buy and bounce. We had a stack sell and bounce that was down in here. So I got in here and then we got that nice little run. Okay. And you want to start scaling out. Like I said, when you come up here, scale out 10 points, sell your first contract, move to break even, get up into this area. You see that buyer, we close below it, get out some more. And when you get up in this area, you can get full on out or you can leave your runner. Okay. Uh, But this is what the market likes to do. It likes to run up and then balance around and finds value. Okay. That's what it likes to do the majority of the time. You see how we're poking our heads up and we'll probably come right back down into that area. Okay. Plus on the 5 minute is set to 100 aggregated volume. You got 148 right there that got absorbed up in this area on the 5 minute. You've got 112 buy orders, 88 of it was one single order, okay? 137 buy, one single order of 95. 124 buys, 105 of it was one single order. That's telling me these buyers, the banks, institution, market makers, they are looking to buy today. Okay, they got their little buy algorithms in for today. So in this right here, I've got the settings on this to aggregated. I don't have one order contracts. I'm using aggregated. Some people do the one order. I've refactored the code a little bit, and the update is out there. I'm doing large volume of 100 for the 5 minute. I kind of found 75 was a little bit too many bubbles. Okay, I've got 75 set on the 40 range bar here. Okay, on the 40 range bar, I got 75 set. So I know some people don't like trading off range bars. I mean, you know, you can do you can do the same thing what I'm doing on a 1 minute. It don't matter. You can do it on a 30-second if you really want to. Really, the sweet spot is when this conflict ends. Is you come right up here and you do the 2 minute. Do the 2 minute, size down. If you're used to trading one mini on like a 31 minute, go to a 2 minute and go to 5 micros. That way you can scale in and scale out. Okay, and you'll get nice runs. And this is what I like to do on my funded accounts because I'm trading a funded account today. This is what I like to do. Okay, I will get moves like this, and then what I'll do is I'll just build the account up. Once I build the funded account up to like 500 in profit, then I'll up my size a little bit. Okay, I'll up my size a little bit. Once I get it over about 2,000, then what I'll do is it depends on what type of market condition. Like right now, downsize. But on average market conditions, I build my account up using micros, multiple micros. I just build it up. Once I get a nice little profit in there, then what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and switch to the minis. And depends on what type of market condition we're in. I mean, one of my evals got blown a couple weeks ago because I was slinging around 3 minis and I got caught up in news. I took profit, and then I got caught up in news and it blew past my stock market. By the time it got out, it ate everything up, and then I got caught up in I got caught up in news twice in one day and it blew an eval. It was just nuts. Then a week after that, I got caught up in news a couple of times to the good side and passed an eval. I mean, it's crazy. This news environment's crazy. Okay, um, this is what I don't like. 104 buy contracts and we closed below. That's telling me to just go ahead and get out if I'm in a profitable trade. You got 76 sell orders, but we closed above with a delta surge. Okay, it looked like. No, delta surge was on the previous candle. Sorry about that. Okay, so right now we got 87 sell contracts. They could get off sides. Okay, look at the 5 minute where we're at. Okay, look where we're at. Okay, we closed above that. This is a little too high, but if it wasn't, and you can get in here and put your stop down in here for about 8 points, because more than likely, if we lose at 87, it's going to probably come down into this area. Okay, but I wouldn't be buying up in here because there's a reason. You see that wick right there? You see that wick right there? You see that wick right there? That whole area right there. This whole area, I do not like for longs because we got wicks. We got wick, wick, wick. I don't like that. I don't care if this trade pops and goes 25 points. I do not care. The odds are not in my favor, in my opinion. I mean, maybe you can. get in on that trade. Maybe you got yourself 5, 6 points. I don't know. I just don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is because these wicks up here. I just don't like it. I don't care if I missed a trade. I don't care. And the reason I don't care is because there's another trade right around the corner. I said that a couple weeks ago. I missed the trade. It was 25 pointer. No, it was, I don't know. It was kind of low. It wasn't 25. No, I made 25 after. Okay. So I missed a trade. Okay. So big deal. And then I told him on stream, okay. So I missed the trade. And then I said, there's another one right around the corner. And then sure enough, 30 minutes later, I made like 25 points. So you got to have, okay. The I don't care attitude is good if it's in the right way, okay? Oh, I missed the trade. I don't care. Another one right around the corner. Don't have the attitude of oh, it's just a cheap eval. I'm going to full port it. Okay, maybe it'll work for you. Maybe it won't. What I'm trying to teach you is you can actually take. What I'm trying to do is teach you. Okay, you see how I didn't really like this. Okay, you see how I didn't like that. Like, I wouldn't take this trade. I didn't like it, okay? For one, you got some wrestling offers up in there, okay? I didn't like the trade. Why? Because of these stinking wicks right up in here, and look what we're forming, a wick. That's why I was like, "Nah, I don't like it. I don't care if it runs and goes 50 points without me. I could care less." Why? Because next week is another trading week. I'll get more trades. I do not care. That's just the attitude you have to have. You gotta sit and wait. We waited for this absorption trade down in here, and we got a nice little absorption trade. I need to the bubble. I think I got my code set where the bubbles are going away a little too much because we had a big sell order down in here, and then the bubble went away. So maybe let me make a note of this. Let me make a note of the bubbles stay a little bit longer. The reason I do that is 'cause it's not needed after a while, and it just kinda drops off, but I'm thinking on the range bars, it's dropping off too soon. How many range bars are there? 30 or 40 range bars. Okay. Uh, hmm. Well, I could just leave it up there for the whole New York session. That's what I could do. Okay, to do. I'll do that this weekend. To do, leave bubbles for the whole cash session, the whole New York session. Just leave it for the whole New York session. Again, we have a run up, we have a little pullback. That would be really good to go. Okay, but I just don't like it. Why? Because of the wicks on the 5 minute. Any other time, if the 5 minute didn't have all this crap right here, we weren't right up here at the top of the range where we kind of pulled back, and we were actually in a uptrend in a trending market on the 5 minute. This trade right here would be ideal. Why? Because you got 98 buyers, 40 of it, one single order. And when you break this area right here, it's a go sign. Why? Because you have 98 buyers. 40 of it was one single order. Okay. 40 contracts, one single order of 98. That is no retail trader. Okay. That's some size coming in here. Okay. Of course, you got this over here. But you put your little risk on. Maybe you wait for a pullback right here and you put your stop down in here, okay? Maybe you get a pullback and you already got yourself 10 points and then move to a break even and then you manage the trade. But I just don't like this. Why? Because you've got all these stinking wicks up here. You got the 5 minute movement moving up, which is really good. Okay. I just don't like it because of the wicks on the 5 minute. I'm picky. I don't care. Um, Plus, you had a little support right here. Okay. And then you had the 98 buys, and you get in right here, and you come up here to the top, get yourself about 10 points. It's about $200 on mini. Um, yeah. So, but I don't like it just because of stinking wicks. Leave bubbles for New York session. Again, nice big strong trend right there. I don't like it because we're up here at up in this area, up here in the high value area right here with 96, and then we're look at the 5 minute where we're at. This area was just 8:30 news. I think it was like CPI. Um, I just don't like this because the wick here, the wick there, the wicks here. I just don't like that. Okay. Now, if we run up and we pull back on a 5 minute, that might be good. Like I said earlier, I had the buyers went a while back. I said the buyers are pushing it up because I could just see on the 5 minute, you had 105 single orders, 105 single order contracts. Okay, 124 buyers, 100 of it single order, 137 buyers, 95 of it single order, 122, 88 of it single order. I mean, you got that whole buyers right there in large single order contracts. Yeah, that's telling me that they're definitely pushing it up, especially if you see that 148 uh, sellers, only 9 of it was a single order contract. That was a little probably order slicing from the institutions, and and we closed up in this area, so they got caught on the wrong side. Okay, that's that that right there is massive absorption. Um, some of you are going to take this ad on and outtrade me. That'll be great. That'll be great. I really, uh, okay, we're coming down into this area right here. You got about 30 of them sitting on the bid right there. See right here. What you want to see in this area is a large sell and a close up here. That means they got absorbed, and then you can have a go sign. But we're kind of extended up here. And this is the one thing you really need to look at up here. Okay, you've got we're on a 40 range chart. Okay, well I don't have that, but look at the 5 minute right here. You've got 106 buy contracts. The largest contracts in one single order was one. You got large 106 buyers up here. We closed below it. That's absorption. Okay. That's telling me we could possibly move back down to the moving average up in this area. That is what that's telling me. Uh, Back down here to three and a quarter, pretty easily 3.25. I mean, that's the point of control right there. Let me tick march this a little bit more. The volume profile, I can tick march this maybe to 7. I mean 6. 6. Mm, what did I do? Did I just hit clear? Son of a mother effer. I just hit clear. Boy, I gotta remove that button. Yep, I just hit clear on that. Oh well. Oh well. Um, yeah, I hit clear on that button. Mother rudder, 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 rudder. That's what I get for talking. All right, let's go to let's go to NQM6. We'll go to a 1 minute. Okay, we'll just go to a 1 minute. Uh, I'm I could possibly be done for the day, so we'll just go to a 1 minute. Okay. Is that uh, overnight? I need RTH, real time trading hours, and we'll just sling on the moving average. Okay. Well, well, well. Okay. As I was saying, you had 106 buy orders up here, but we closed below here. That's telling me that was absorption area, kind of like how they wicked up here and they wicked up here. And now, what are we going to do? Move back down to 3.25? We possibly could, because 3.25 is right here at the moving average right there. Yep, 3.25. Okay. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update the website to put on a page for the website. Um, uh, is I don't know what it's going to be called. Something like help info, something like I don't know. But it'll have all the hotkeys and stuff that I have set up, like Control Q, Control W. Like Control Q does the crosshair, Control W does the drawing tool, uh, and of course the hotkeys, which we'll get that update to you this weekend. You'll have the hotkeys. Okay, you will have the hotkeys. All right, we're looking at a 1 minute because I accidentally hit clear and cleared out my whole range bar charts. Okie dokie. That's what happens. That's what happens. You got some resting offers up in here. Okay, you got some resting offers up in there. You got some of these sellers right here, but they yeah, I'm not too inclined on doing much of anything to be quite honest. I'll tell you what I do like that trade is like a run up here and then a little pullback, and you get these little inside bars like that. You can come up here and get yourself like 5 points on that. Same thing on this one too. It had a run up and a pullback. You have, and this pullback right here is 3 bar pullback. You really have to let me bring the delta, move that out. If you can't read all the delta, that's just because, well, if you got it too skinny, it's not going to be able to print 3 digits. So the delta right here was 104, then it was 77, then it was 36 on this one right here. So that's telling me the selling pressure for that pullback is going down because it was 104, then 71, then 36. So that's telling you that you can get in here, put your stop down here, and you get yourself a nice little run for about maybe 20 points. You follow me? You follow me? That's how the game's played. You just sit here and wait. Maybe, just maybe, you had to sit here and wait for an hour. Okay, maybe you had to sit here and wait to get this run up, to get this pullback. Okay, you look at that delta right there. You get that pullback right here. You got that little inside bar. Maybe you get in here. Maybe you cut the trade or break even. You try it here again, and then you get yourself a nice $500. Maybe you had to sit here and wait for an hour or two to get $500. Okay, Do that throughout the week, and you got yourself a, past eval. That's how the sausage is made, okay? That's how the sausage is made. Uh you got about 200 resting offers up there. I need to change this around a little bit. What I need to do is up here, you got them resting offers up there about 200, but right here, I could print like, uh, if it's pretty large, I guess it really depends because it depends on you're going to have to go with your heat map maybe times two to print the large. How many? I'll have to think about it this weekend, but I really want to get that number in there because, I mean, you can actually look at it like this, but then that kinda messes up the chart a little bit. But you have some resting offers up in here. That's at, 25,400 area roughly. Yeah, 25,400 resting offers. Okie dokie. So we got a little trade. I accidentally hit the clear button, and it yanked everything out. Where was the last trade made? 1012. So that was this area right here. The last trade was 1012. Uh, that was this area right here where we had that absorption area. Okay, what this is telling me is we're flatlining on the 1 minute moving average. It's telling me do not go long, do not go short. Remember what I said the market likes to run up and find value and then bounce around? Okay, it likes to balance around, piss off new traders because they want to keep going up, but they don't understand that they are not looking for the whole move of 80 points, but maybe you can get this kind of move and get yourself 20 points, make yourself $400. Do we have news coming out? This is, let me bring up financial juice. No, no news. Whenever the market starts really running like that, I'm thinking we got news. That's only 30 points. I need to put in like a data window or something. Do, 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 do. I know where I could do it. I know where I can do it. So right here, this order entry window, you're going to have this Sunday. This order entry window, you're going to have it Sunday. Uh, as you can see here, the hotkeys, you just click on hotkeys and that's hotkey enabled. And you just put your ticker in there, your account. As you can see, that's a funded account. My quantity is just 5 because I'm scaling in, scaling out. Because uh, you can hit the button pretty darn quickly. Uh, you can hit that pretty quickly. Like MNQ, I'm trading the micros. I'm using the mini charts, but I'm trading the micros, scaling in, scaling out because we're in a conflict with Iran. News is just all over the place. And then you have market buy, market sell limit, bid ask, BE for break even, cancel. If you hit cancel, no working orders, hit flat, already flat. Okay. But what I'm thinking about is putting down in this area right here, down at the bottom where the notification text is, down at the bottom. Maybe put information in there like the 1 minute ATR. Let's say the 1 minute ATR is like 30. It will tell you 30. And then it'll say VWAP, VWAP. It'll be the VWAP. And it'll be the number of where the New York session VWAP is. And then it'll show green text if it's above it. It'll be red text if it's below it. And kind of like, yeah, that's about it. I could get all fancy and be like, okay, if it's in within a 10 point range of the NQ or a 2, 3.5 point range within the ES, then it's kind of gray. I mean, I could do that, but that'll be later. You got to get the basics down first. Get the basics down, and you can make it all fancy. Okay, but you'll have you'll have that, uh, Sunday night. And this hotkey here, I'll show you how good the hotkey is. When we coming out I'm on Sim 101. Um, let's say you wanted to buy right here, and let's say, let's just go 1 contract real quick. Let's say you just go 1 contract, okay, and you wanna buy, like, 2 of them. I'm gonna hit the shift B pretty quickly, like BB, that's like 2. That's like 2 contracts. I wanna scale in, BB, that's 4 contracts. Take 2 out, take 2 out. Break even, sell, and then order filled. So, um, the hotkeys, that's the best way to trade, folks. Best way to trade. Okay. Uh, let me switch this back to my funded. Let me go back to where I was. Uh, and you can move this around wherever you want. You can move it all around wherever you want. Um, yeah. So that's about it. Here, let me reset that sim. I just don't like seeing that number because it kind of throws me off. I wish you could get rid of it. You know how to delete the Bullock Sim 101. That would be really nice if you could tell me how to delete it. If we can come down to this area right here, might actually be pretty nice. Would be in the low value area right here. Uh, you see how this is not very much, okay? That's roughly a 100-point range. This is possibly what you want to do today is just play the ranges. Let's bring up a profile chart. Let's bring up the ranges. Oh, also on the order entry window, we could have the 1 minute ATR, the VWAP, and then we can do ONH for overnight high, ONL for overnight lows. So you kind of like know what it's kind of like maybe a data box within the order entry. I don't know if you would like that, but hey, let me know if you do. I kind of want to go to real time trading hours. Let's just go to 5. We'll go to 5 minutes. We'll merge this. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, we're nowhere. Look at this. Look at this. Well, try to hit the drawing tool. Look at this. Look at this. We're just in a we're just in a balanced area. The point of control is right here. The overnight point of control it was 25,272. The overnight low is 25,200. Well, 25,193, but 25,200. I mean, we're just in a balanced market area. What I was hoping for is we would lose this area right here from yesterday, and then we would start go below the overnight low, and then move down here to this area right here. That's what I was hoping for. But hope does nothing for you in the markets. Hope does nothing for you. Okay? You can't have hope. You got to have a plan. So basically, you might want to just play the ranges, the bounces of the ranges. Or you possibly could do what I do and make your money in the morning with a few trades, and then be done because it's 10:50. I'm not gonna be trading after 11:30. Man, I can't take this. There ain't nothing there. I can't take it. It's tempting, but I just can't do it because we're right here in the stinking range, man. You see that? We're right here in the stinking range. We sold off a little bit, and now we're coming back down into another range. So we're kind of moving down a little bit. I don't know. Moving average sloping down. And look what the 5 minutes doing. Look at a 5 minute moving average. It's flat. It's flat, flat, flat. On a 5 minute. On a 5 minute. This is actually good. You had some absorption up here, and we closed up here. Uh, you had like 101 sellers right up in here, and we closed right above it. So again, on the break of that high right there, that's a go signal. As soon as you see that absorption of 106 buyers and start coming back down, get out for about 15 points. You can play that on a uh, you can play that on micros. I mean, you can play that on micros because where's your stop? Probably down in here. Um, for about 15 points. That's really only that's like a 1 for 1. But today is really not all that good. You got a little buy-in up in here. You got a little buy-in up in here. Uh, yeah, you got a little buy-in, about 300 delta. You got a little bit of buying right up in here. This area, you got a little resistance probably. Can we get up in here? We don't know. Can we get up in there? Giddy up, giddy up there, giddy up. Nope, not what I like to see. I don't like to see a wick. Um, if you got in here, I was tempting, but there was nothing. I wanted to pull the trigger, and I was like, wait a minute, stop. What are you doing? Nothing. Then you saw that wick. Okay, this is not on a 5 minute. You're not going to be catching a big 100 pointer, but can you catch it from maybe here to here, 10 points, and maybe from here to here for 20 points, get yourself 30 points, $600? Yeah. I mean, I'm not as good as these hindsight gurus that you're going to see later this evening. Uh, I'm not that good. I am good enough to pass a handful of funded, scalping the crap out of it. This is telling me not to do anything. Okay. That was sloping down. Okay. We're flatlining on the moving average. This is telling me right now we were down a little bit up, down, up. This is telling me to sit on your hands and do nothing. Maybe you got to sit here and wait for another. Uh, let's see. The last execution was around 10:12. I was only in that trade for a little over a minute. Nope, not even that. 30 seconds. 30, 40, about less than a minute. Less than a minute I was in that trade. That was about 45 minutes ago. So if you come here looking to see me click buttons constantly, in and out, in and out, are we going long, going short, long, short? No. You don't see that. You don't see that. What you need to see is patience, wait. We had 669 sellers, but we closed right here. Okay, this is right here at the area. You really don't want to be trading in this area. Why? Well, for one, you're right here in this area. Okay, Maybe when you come down here, maybe you can try to catch yourself a sellers that are offside and get a run back up, okay? And then try to get yourself 25 points. But you got to be patient. And most people don't have patience. I know I don't sometimes. That's when you start blowing up accounts. Yep, right back up in there. Ping pong, ping pong. Look at this. Look at this. All stinking day. A wick, a wick, a wick, wicks, wicks. It's just not conducive today. We had a nice little absorption right there on that 5 minute. And like I said, moving down, you get that absorption right there, and you got it close right here. You it's hard to take this because you're right here in the stinking middle. It's not a very good day. It's just not a very good day. And I think the reason, I mean, I'm green for today. I've actually did pretty decent in the funded account. I did pretty good. I think what they're waiting for, nobody's moving anything. We're more than likely we're gonna have a balanced day. Because if you look at the profile right here, like I said, we're just moving. We're just balanced day. Uh, 25,272. That yellow dotted line is the overnight point of control. If I remove that, okay, now you got the point of control right here. But 25,193 was the overnight low. We haven't even tested that at all. We just been. You see that little candle right there? Right there? That little tiny thing right there? That's us today. That's us today. Ain't nothing. The reason I think there's really nothing going on is, let me bring this over on financial juice. Right here, financial juice. If you look at financial juice right here, you'll see April 11th, U.S. and Iran negotiations all day. Okay, that's tomorrow. Okay, from financial juice, what they're saying. This right here, what's going on tomorrow, this is why you see a lack of participation from the institutions. Okay. This is why you see a lack of participation from the big players, is because of that. That's why more than likely we're going to have a balanced day. It's 11 o'clock. I'm green in my funded account because I was actually disciplined today and only took good setups. Okay. I took a short, got a little profitable. Okay, took a long, moved to a break even. I got up to like 8 points. And I moved to break even, and then it stopped me out at break even. Then I took a long and made a nice trade. Okay, so I'm up in my funded account. Three trades. Uh, three trades, which was small winner, break even winner. Okay, that's all I'm going to get. It's 11 o'clock. That's all I'm going to get. I'm a little bit green in the funded account. That's all I'm going to get. I'm not going to keep pushing it. Actually, this right here, if you like trying to play this, you can play this right here. We had a little pullback right here, this area right here, and on the break of this, and put your stop right down here. Uh, we've got this right here, 1046. You got the delta was climbing up to 80, but then you got these resting orders up here. This is just not a very. I'll just be flattening the trade to a break even. Just yeah, it's just it looked good, and then all of a sudden, because you got the moving average sloping upwards, okay, just flatten the trade. You have a wick here, you have a wick here, okay, and then you came up here, and then you're coming right back down, just flatten it. I mean, it's a pretty shit day. Got 110 buyers, but hey, look where we're at, right up in here, okay? The only reason I was thinking like, okay, we could get in here and then break this is because the delta was up to 80 and it was climbing. I was like, okay, we could break, but we didn't. So just and we came back, can't break, just take a small loss or break even. It, if it comes back, you can always get back in. Like I say, like I always say, commissions are cheaper than a full stop out. You'll see me sometimes. I will get in and out 2 or 3 times. A few weeks ago, I got in like I think it was like 4 or 5 times into a stinking trade, um, and I took like 2, 3 points in and out because I'm like, oh, breaking in, boom. Oh no, get 2, 3 points, and I did that like a few times and ended up with like 10, 15 points. It's just you gotta be disciplined. You gotta have some self discipline. If you come here looking for someone that's just in and out all the time trading, are we going long? Are we going short? What we doing? How come we ain't moving? How come you ain't clicking buttons? How come you ain't taking trades? Well, I've taken 3 of them today. Small winner, break even, and then a winner. Okay, I'm done. My funded account is green. I'm not going to push it. Tomorrow's negotiations with Iran. So we have a nice little run up and we have a balanced market. Some people call that a flag. We had value to the upside and then into a balanced market. About what was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5, 6 minutes. Okay, you got a lot of rusting orders up in there, and you got some down in here too. You got some large ones down in here for the day. You got the 5 minute that's starting to slope upwards. I would not be looking to take shorts. I'd be looking to take longs. That's what the 5 minutes tell me. But then again, you got to look at this. The 5 minute ran up, and we're in this area right here. Okay, we poked down a little bit, and then we moved right back up in. So this is why I seriously think it's going to be a balanced day on the volume profile. That's why I seriously think that. And the reason is because we have negotiations with Iran all day tomorrow. So that's why you're seeing a lack of large participation is because of that. More than likely, the institutions ain't going to be throwing in risk over the weekend, especially with the negotiations, because news could come out over the weekend and we open up Sunday at 6 p.m. and the friggin' market collapses like 1,000 points and they're losing millions. They ain't going to do that. They ain't stupid. Hmm. So over the weekend, I still have to do the install videos. I need to do an install video of installing because things have changed quite a bit. I need to do an install video and a settings video. I need to do an install video and a settings video of what all these settings do, what I like to set the NQ to. Now, if you trade ES gold, you'll have to play around with it. Uh, you'll just have to play around with it. Uh, I'll have to explain all these settings. And of course, you have the license key. This is the free license key. It's good till the 17th, next week on Friday. Uh, and then we have this I would really like to work on. Once I get everything kind of like 90, 95% done, I need to work on this so you can really theme it up. So you can theme it up. We got a 15-minute one, tick bars, range bars, live pulse. Uh, yeah. Again, flat line on the 1 minute. That's not that's not good. I mean, that's not even a large resting offer there. Bid. Yeah. See absorption. I see we're just ping ponging around. It's just and look at this. We came right down right here. Look on the 5 minute. We came right down to the moving average that's sloping upwards. When we come down here, you get 52 sellers, and then you just come right up in this, back up into that area because you had this right here. It's just hard to play. I don't like. The, we had really good absorption trade down here. Okay, we had really good absorption trade earlier up in this area. Okay, that was a really nice trade up here. I did not leave a runner, man, man, oh man. If I would have left a runner, that could have been a nice 30, 40 point run. But I didn't. 'Cause I'm not as good as these, uh, hindsight uh, YouTubers that are selling you 500-hour courses, okay? I'm not that good to get 100 points to buy the low and sell the high, okay? But them hindsight traders are. Them hindsight YouTube gurus that are selling you 500-hour courses are actually that good. I mean, they have to be good. They're driving rented Lamborghinis and Airbnb houses. Um And then actually, once they sell enough 500-hour courses, they could actually buy a Lamborghini. They can't trade worth of shit, but they can sure the heck do some selling. All right, what do I got some notes here. Leave bubbles for New York Times session. Yes. Okay, what else this weekend? Actually, the order entry window that I showed you earlier. So we're trying to break out on this with 55 buy orders. We got a delta of 150, 140. It needs to go back up there if you're going to get it. If you're going to get a break, it needs to go back up there. Look at the lack of large single orders right here. You only had buy. You had nothing on the sell side. You only had two. This one and then that yellow one, which is the point of control for the large buyers. Uh, Other than that, you had nothing. Okay, you had nothing. This is this is a lack of the institutions wanting to do anything because of the negotiations tomorrow. Any other time, this would be very tempting. 88 sellers, 96 sellers, 150 sellers. And if we close green on that 1 minute candle, that would be a nice go signal, but not today. Not today. For one, look at that area right there. You had 106 buyers, one one contract for the largest order. That was some major order slicing of 1 1 1 1 1 1, and they got absorbed and we moved back down. Okay. So you're trying to buy in this area, try to get these 150, 149 sellers off sides. Well, earlier you got absorbed, so that's probably not a good idea to make. Could it work out and you pop 50 points? Yeah, and then I'm proven wrong. Guess what? I don't care. Just another trade's right around the corner. Another day is. Another day is. It's 11:10. I'm profitable. Am I funded? I'm done. It's just another day. I'm gonna keep streaming for about another 30 minutes, then I have to take off for lunch. Um, Yeah, there's not much going on. There ain't much going on, folks. You see what I'm talking about? You don't want to be doing this kind of stuff. Uh, so you had that 149 sellers, one order with 35 contracts. 149, 35 contracts, one order. And we closed right here. So is that going to be about a move down to the moving average, 5 minute? Could be. I'm not taking any trades though because I'm not seeing anything. I'm just seeing a lack of a real trend. This is what you want to see. Okay, this is what you want to see. Okay, you want to see 100 sales, 50 contracts in one order. Largest one order contract was 50. A close above that. This one kind of spiked down. You got 125 buyers pushing it right back up. We break that high right there, and then that's a go signal. Okay. You're not going to get the top for 25 points, but once you see that 106 getting absorbed and you start moving back down here, you can get out for 15 points. Okay. That's about the only single trade I can really legitimately say to take. Okay. And then we got to absorb. Would you be taking more trades like that, like this one here? Probably not, because you got absorbed up here. I mean, you got this one right here, but it's just slop today. You got sitting on the offers up there about 25,400, right up there where that 106 is. I mean, and you got 66 sellers, so if you get in on the break of that right there, your stop's down here. I wouldn't even take it just because it's not it's just really not ideal, to be quite honest. This is not an ideal trade environment for me. S- Yeah, this is, uh, I think I got lucky today and made the money I made, and then move on. It's 11:15. Yeah, that matters. I don't know. See, I did not like this because you had 149 sellers, but we closed right here. I like it when it closes above. But then again, that 106, I just don't like that, how that got absorbed and we moved down. Whoops. And we moved down. You know, you miss a trade. Who cares? You don't get them all. Of course, there'll be that'll someone that'll say, "See, you can't trade." Blah. I'm like, I don't care. 'Cause I look to the left, and I don't, and that, and then 149. If we closed above that, that would be nice to go. But there's some things you really, and I don't see them on here. Actually, I do. Like this right here. This right here. Okay, this is actually really nice. 50, 52. Like it to be a little bit higher. We closed above. Okay, but we're in the chop area. That's a little hard to take. If you're not in the chop area, maybe you sold off, okay, and then you see something like that. You see a seller inside of a wick, okay, inside of a wick, and it closes above that. That's nice. And then you start trading above it, and then uh, I was there. But the reason I didn't like this trade is just because, well, for one, look where we were at. Look where we were at. Mm, 106 got absorbed. Is this 130 going to get absorbed? We have a big wick right here. If they get absorbed, if we close down here, okay, we close down here, and you get in on the break of it to come back down for about 10, 15, 20 points, that would be nice. But they're not closing down there. They're running up to the 400s to test this. We don't know. Ah, I just don't like all these crazy wicks this morning. I just I don't like all these crazy wicks right here. And you got these crazy wicks right here. I just don't like all that. And all these right here. Okay. I just don't like all of that. Well, you got about 1 minute. Yeah. So you're going to close below that. I mean, if you close, well, see, it's not closing. It's putting, we'd like to see it close down in here. Then you can put your stop right up in here for about 15 points. But you got to think it's a counter trend trade. And if you're counter trend trading and you're not comfortable with 15 points, you need to really downsize. Look at that right there. They got a slight absorption up here with the wick, but you're at 233 positive delta. The 1 minute is moving up. So we deviated from the 5 minute. It's a counter trend trade. And if you get in right there, then you need to get out up here. But I'd be waiting for the 1 minute. See, here's the thing, some people try to get the whole move from here to here, okay, for 30 points. Well, why not just go ahead and wait for confirmation of it, and maybe go from here to here and get like 10 points. Put yourself in a better situation, have better odds, and just wait for the 1 minute. I mean, the 5 minute is telling you, yeah, we had 106 absorption earlier, 130. They really didn't get nowhere. It's starting to put in almost like a shooting star. It would have closed a little bit better. That would have been nice. But yeah, you got a wick up top. Okay, so that's pretty decent. You actually could. We might even. How big would that actually be? That'd be 25 points. They could try to come up here and test this area and then run it down. But I'd wait for the 1 minute. You're not going to get a whole move, but can you get some of it and put yourself in better odds with a tighter stop? Yeah. And see, here's the thing. How big of a stop? That's 15 points. Okay. Today, 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 what did I get? 19 points. Okay, that's all I got. 19 points today. Okay, I got 19 pointers. So what? Big deal. Just sit and wait. I mean, it's 11. It's 11:23. I'm not taking anything. I got 20, roughly 20 points today. I'm done. On a mini, that would be $400. Okay. On a day like this, that's actually good. Okay, 19 points on a day like this with friggin' I mean, look at the profile where we're at. Yeah, they're gonna go test that area maybe. So you got large buying right there. You had a delta surge of 179. You got 465 positive delta. They could be running it up to here. There's 256 offers sitting on the books up there. We deviated from the 1 minute pretty big. Let's see what happens. So they lost steam on this 1 minute right here. They lost a little steam on this 1 minute. I mean, what are you going to do? Get in here and get stuff 8 points? You could. I don't like it because moving average sloping upwards. you're breaking new highs right there. You gotta wait. 79 buyers stepped in, 60 of it single order. This is rejection. You got 79 and we closed up here. That's a rejection. I thought for sure they'd come up here and test this. I thought we'd run up, test it, and then go down, but they didn't. It looks like you got a little inside bar right there. The 5 minute is moving upwards. I do not like trying to take shorts with the 5 minute moving upwards. That's really you're counter trend trading. The 5 minute is a bullish engulfing that's forming. And they keep rejecting this right here. Had that buyer closed up here, rejected. We came back down, we closed up here, came back down, rejected, closed up here. Now the sellers are stepping in. They're trying to surge. At a delta surge, they sellers are really trying to step in. They could get rejected again. It's 11:30. I just don't trade. I made my money and I'm done. I try to make my money the first 2, 3 hours and I'm done. There was 54 sell contracts right there, the 62 buy. They're going to run it back up in there. we're right here at the point of control again. Yeah, 50. I don't see anything on the books right here except for down in here. I was really hoping for another candle up to here. I did not like trying to get short right here because you have a wick here and you have a wick right there because we opened up and we closed right here. I was hoping to get up into this area right here and look for absorption. You had 232 resting offers to try to get some absorption. That didn't, and just missed the trade. Oh well, you're not going to get all of them. I mean, how much more of a move that was? I was like 8 points. I was hoping to get up into this area, up into this area right here, and then try to catch a short down. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna have to be taking off here in about 10 minutes, but I'm gonna keep the stream open and then we'll see what happens. And then I think what I'm gonna do is maybe for lunch I'll just cancel this one and then put up another one with the live pulse and maybe a one, maybe a 5 minute in the live pulse, just so people can see what the app is like, what the add-on is like. Uh, Last night I looked into because I got approved with Rhythmic API to start developing a trading platform, uh, and I need if I can get enough support for the NinjaTrader add-on, that'll be great. Because then I can start taking some of this logic and building out a order flow trading platform, and I'll always support NinjaTrader, and then kind of because I just would love to be able to try and build my own, which not try, I know I can do it, uh, but there's things I got to look into, with like Bullinox and Apex. Yeah, there's just some things I got to look into. Uh, oh, here, let me start the truck. All we gotta do is just drive by. I just want to see what the building is. Uh, all right, let me put this on mute. I'm gonna keep this stream open, but I'm just going out for lunch. Alrighty, I'm back. What I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna cut this stream, and then I'm just gonna probably create another one. It's just gonna be silent. I'll just show like a 1 minute, 1 minute order flow pulse. But I'll be streaming Monday probably for another couple hours in the morning. Then I'll be done. Uh, I got my here. Uh, got like 20 points today, so I'm done for the day. Uh, I'll be back at it Monday. So, and I will be doing the updates. I will be doing the update. You'll have an update Sunday night, 6 p.m. You'll have an update Sunday night. So make sure you check that out. Uh, that's all I have. Talk to you later.